They were meddling in our media back then. They're making us doubt our national resolve. And we ended up as a nation allowing our soldiers, airmen, Navy, Marines, and Coast Guards to be injured. To this day, whenever I see a Vietnam vet, I come up and I say, thank you for your service. Yeah. And when I go out with my Navy buddies and we have our meal paid for, and someone says, thank you for your service, I know in the back of their mind they're saying, and we repent on how we mistreated our soldiers, sailors, and airmen coming back from Vietnam. Yeah. But a new atrocity is happening in the ranks of our blue, where they feel like they're unappreciated. They feel like they're in danger. They're sacrificing their lives. Their wives are watching, or their husbands are watching as that officer goes out the door, that could lose their life so that we could live free.
That's right.
It's a similar sacrifice that soldiers and airmen and Navy and Marines are doing around the world. Let's not repeat the history of the past. If you have an officer in your church, reach out to his wife. Let her know that you're praying for him with her.
Yeah.
Or you let the husband know that you're praying with him for his wife as she puts her life on the line and puts her life on hold for us. Don't repeat the mistakes of the past. I'm from Shawnee, Oklahoma. The Temple Baptist Church did a cook-off for all the officers because they knew that they were under the gun. They were suffering, psychologically being attacked by people who should be appreciative of what they're willing to do. So the question is, when you leave here today, what's next? And what's next is we don't stop being patriots. Just praying or just thinking good thoughts to our men and women in blue isn't enough. Send them a private message on Facebook, post on Facebook, send them a call, tap their shoulder and say, we've got your back, we've got your six, we're praying for you and we're lifting you up, and we're grateful for the sacrifice you're doing for our family, for our community, and our country. It doesn't end here. If you make your commitment today that we are going to make the silent majority voices heard. We can do that. We are the majority. The minority that's going around tearing up America doesn't represent the people here. And there's 100 people back home in your churches and your synagogues and your communities and Rotary and your gun clubs that believe with you, are with you. My dad is 64. He raises cattle, and he's with us today. My mother, who we buried in February, she's with us today. Because what we do today matters. The symbolism is important. That's why they're tearing down the symbols of democracy of this republic, because those symbols mean something.
That's right.
Thank you, everyone, for here today. You know a cop, you know an officer. Reach out, tell them we love them, tell them we've got their six. God bless you, and thank you for being here today.
petition. Somebody wants to be heard. There's the right way and the wrong way to be heard.
The block with 100 rednecks trying to focus.
Hey, sir.
Tommy, scum, go home!
Who's the one talking about racism? You're racist. Everybody. Sir, go ahead. Be heard.
Everybody, man.
Be heard. Let them be heard. They would like to speak. You're a governing body of big voice here.
Everybody else.
There are not as many people. Let them be heard.
Exactly.
Stand.
Exactly right.
We'll listen. There's no reason to have that. Everybody is here in peace. Let's be peaceful. Amen. Everybody is here in peace.
It's trying to push anti-Americans out. That's what we're doing. Marxists.
Everybody has a right to. You
We don't want Marxists.
for your group. Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll let you be heard.
You think we're Marxists? You're anti-racist.
You're not a racist slur. You have to out a racist slur. Yeah, you call us all rednecks. All right, everybody, we're going to head over to the jail, and they're going to come out and say some stuff to us. Let's do that. Let's ignore the socialist scum. Ignore them because they don't matter. The police that are here matter. Patriots matter. America
Look at the numbers, folks. It's pretty clear who matters.
To the city jail here. We'll go to the front door. And then we'll finish out there, okay? So if everybody's ready,
We're trying to make it You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, you can protest. You've been protesting. You were trying to do your own downtown. You tried to get everybody else. We thought that. That's not a
Okay, maybe not. What if that happens? USA!
There you go.
Let's go, Blue Line! Blue Line!
You know you don't care about anything.
Bye.
Yeah, okay, I'm coming up. It's
an intimidation tactic.
Quit that shit.
There's not an organization. There's not a Black Lives Matter organization either. These are decentralized movements.
Do you want to know who
Decentralized movements.
know who I am? Oh my God.
Right here. Seriously.
Like, what the fuck? Hey, you want to know who I am? Hi, Mark. Don't do you any good. Are you a moron?
Can the Democrats get me a helicopter?
What do you work for? What country do you work for? Back the blue! Back the blue! Back the blue! Back the blue! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter, yeah.
wasn't even a cup. We do like the purple hair.
Thank you, Blue, the don't murder! Thank you, Blue, the don't murder! Thank you, Blue, the don't murder! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Blue Lives Matter! Blue Lives
You can quit at any time. It's a uniform. That's why we're here. We never quit. America still quit. It's America.
Let our young black scholars grow old.
We stopped jogging a long time ago. We ain't going away.
How much you guys
You can't do nothing about nothing.
anything to me? Yeah.
Bird, loose bird. That's what BLM is. Bird, loose bird. We're not BLM.
You guys are fascists!
I'm pretty sure you haven't heard of it. My mom's actually on a ventilator. So if you could like be Christian and like wish her well, that would be cool. Thank you.
How you doing, fellow American?
I'm good. What happened to you?
Well, you know, I'm just living the dream.
But you made
We tied the pocket block yesterday. We had that before.
I know. I'm not. It's just funny the way those numbers work out.
I wish I could get that. I'll see you, man.
Take care, brother.
Yes, it is.
Check it
Look it up, Chris.
This is just one.
I got mixed up, but it's okay. You got me that one time.
You know your facts on people getting shot.
Yeah, did
You know how many people get
get
shot resisting arrest versus not resisting arrest? I mean, if you're
He
committing
wasn't
crime.
shot. He was shot.
Have you seen what happened before?
Yeah, did you see that? Was he resisting arrest?
Yeah, he actually wasn't.
I agree that was bad. I agree that was
no one
bad.
believes
I'm not
that it's
saying
not. Did you see what
that
happened
wasn't bad.
How you doing?
And when he tried to release the video and someone called 911 because they were racist.
We're not going to argue that the George Floyd thing was
She is trying to argue about that.
She's saying he resisted arrest.
He
It
did not.
never would have got to that point. You haven't seen the whole
Someone knelt on
thing.
his neck for almost 8 minutes. You lay down and look at me on your
Before that. You're a waste of time to even talk to you. It's not even worth talking to you. You don't even know the whole story.
It's because you're
I'm not
not
gonna waste
intelligent
my
enough
time.
to understand what I'm saying. That's how you
I
don't
know
listen
more of
to
a story than you do. That's not
You're a doctor? This racist man is a doctor.
Hey, where do you work?
Where do you practice?
Where do you practice? Oh, no, you're worried about losing your job? You said too much.
Get away from me.
You said too much. Look, this is what happens. You see?
Can I ask you a serious question, though? You've been following what's been going on over the course of the last week at the county.
Because of these people.
Okay. Well, you've been following what's been going on over the course of the last week at the county courthouse, right?
Way more than a week, but yes.
Y'all don't even come out.
Don't you think it's ironic that had the resolution been passed by the Board of County Commissioners that literally this would have been one of the areas where these people could have been arrested for protesting, for doing what they're doing right now?
And I did what I'm doing right now at that meeting, and I don't see any of these people any other time except for to preach this hate. And that is why I'm out here. I can't stand the hate
Your
that's
president's a
saying
pedophile. How does that make you
Blue Lives Matter should not be in response to Black Lives Matter and the suffering and oppression that people of color in this country have been enduring for 400 years. And even though we don't agree with them, we still fought for their rights twice now in the same week at the Oklahoma County Commissioner's Office. And what these organizers deserve from this group of people is a little bit of respect for our consistency and morals.
Yeah, I think it's ironic that a lot of the people on the right, if you will, that they're nitpicking when it comes to this free speech issue,
Right.
With this particular resolution. They're not looking at this idea of quote unquote free speech zones and how they're absolutely unconstitutional, and they're focusing on this idea of amplified sound and how they don't want things to be drowned out.
Right.
And what did we just see?
Yeah, exactly.
What did we just see?
And the other thing that I have that I don't believe that the resolution was written super accurately, because we have no agenda in regards to jury trials except for asking that cases be reopened. I don't know how we can possibly deserve a jury that they won't even open a trial to have a jury, such as cases like Isaiah Lewis. We're asking them to reopen that case. So if anything, they're the ones tampering with jury trials.
Right. And for those that don't know, Isaiah Lewis was the young man in Edmond, Oklahoma that was basically...
He was 17 years
17-year-old.
old. He was naked. They knew that he was naked, therefore unarmed, and also a child before they came on the scene. But they chose to paint a portrait of a violent black male was on the scene. And so instead of responding to a child having a mental health crisis, Edmond police shot him. And are not being held accountable. And that's why my sign doesn't say, like, I hate all police. It says, stop shooting people for crimes not punishable by death.
All right, let me get a good shot of your sign. And, I like to draw the parallel, because, like, you've seen, obviously there's a lot of people out here carrying firearms. I happen to be one of the moderators of the Oklahoma Open Carry Association. First Amendment, Second Amendment. We have 27 of them. I'm a fan of 26 of them because we did repeal one of them. But, when it comes to the idea of quote-unquote free speech zones, to me, they're as unconstitutional as gun-free zones. And if you're going to be opposed to one on constitutional grounds, you should be opposed to the other on the same constitutional grounds. And I draw lines whenever someone is going to display any type of hypocrisy like that.
Right, exactly. What we need to see out of this right now is some consistency.
Right.
For all groups of us, not just the people who look like us. Really big opportunity for us to all come together as human beings and try to survive, even though none of us will.
Well, I wouldn't say none of us. I think there are some opportunities for people to reach across the aisle and extend some olive branches, but few and far between. Would you say that's an accurate assessment, at least?
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming out here and exercising your First Amendment rights, since we are still allowed to do so on what is still the people's dirt.
Yes, and you're welcome.
All right, I'll let you get back to doing your thing.
People that discourage and distract him and trying to have it's called conquer and divide. They're trying to divide us so they can destroy us. The United States has a lot of enemies. You know what I'm saying? We got terrorists, we got China, we got Russia, we got communists, we got a lot of things to do. We got illegal immigration, we got a lot of things to tackle to be pulling up with stuff like that. So I pray for y'all to go ahead and vote for Trump and to, you know what I'm saying, and not to worry about a distraction. That's your distraction. So we're on the right track. Stay
All right, so at this point, we can make our way back. If anybody here needs a ride, reach out so we can make sure that you don't have to walk back. Otherwise, we'll walk back as a group. Police officers, at this point, their time has run out, but at the same time, they will have patrols along the streets. So, we're ready to go back. We're ready to go back over and fellowship on the way. There's no rush. Just got to be safe, but we have to ignore the ignorance. Have to ignore.
How do you think we feel? No one has stepped in front of your protest yet. No one, not one.
No, y'all literally said at the jail waiting for us to come here.
To protect the police station. Because where you go? Yeah, so it did work. Gotcha.
All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter.
Justice, no peace.
All lives won't matter until Black Lives Matter.
All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter.
screaming.
More racist. But that's being more racist, and people are not seeing us as racist.
Oh, really?
Because they're only saying black. They're only saying black. And you may love everybody. And I hope everybody can love everybody no matter what race they are. Right? It would bring a lot more people coming together because right now people saying black lives, it just sounds, and then you see some of the stuff that people are saying that just going out and tearing stuff up, tearing other black people's stuff up. And I've got friends from all different races. That's true.
It is. It's damn true. I mean,
the leader called us already.
yeah, he's a fucking racist on his own. Racist, not you.
You don't come and call the whole group. That's
Racism doesn't matter. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all now. There's a lot more that support you than that right there. I promise.
Silent majority.
Woo! Thank you. Get out of your race baiter. Get out of your race baiter. Race baiter. You race baiter. You're a race baiter. And a racist. You are racist. You are a racist. I'm a racist. You're a racist.
You don't even know what it means, man.
Do you realize you are a silencing someone else's voice. That's fascism. You are
That's how it would feel. I disagree. Black Lives Matter together. And to me, that would say I used to be racist, and now I'm accepting that. That's how I would feel.
Yo, me, I did it.
I agree Black Lives Matter before any of this come out. I agree that everybody, every life. I agree with every. So for me to say Black Lives Matter, it's like me and you know what I'm saying? Me acknowledging they do matter.
That is what you're doing right fucking now.
Of fascism.
I just
Including Black Lives Matter. Emotion from people just getting fed up with all the separation and all the anger and all the everything else going on to where they're separated. But just saying one thing.
God is what's in your heart.
Hey, stop fueling the fire. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Every time, every fucking step. If you're praying to God, He ain't gonna like this.
I started raining. It never rained in one Oregon.
Take care of yourself.
Shut this shit down.